High Plains Spas and Rec pregame show. Glad to have you along as we get set for nighttime action, day 2 of this year's Boys Western Conference Tournament, with Scottsbluff set to take on the Mitchell High Tigers. And a little bit of disappointing news here right from the jump to pass along to you is Mitchell star junior Austin Tyne will be unavailable tonight. Sprained his ankle late in the win last night against Gering, and it looks like he is going to be out not just tonight, but tomorrow and maybe for a little while after that. I just confirmed with head coach Jason Gregory it was a pretty bad sprain, so no go tonight for Austin Tyne, and that will be crippling here for Mitchell against Scottsbluff. Glad to have you along. Start of the high school basketball season got underway last night, and boy, it is a bonanza of hoops all 3 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday action, 9 games from the girls tournament, and of course 9 games as well from our boys Western Conference tournament. And we're proud to be able to bring you all 18 of those on the TV side, KDB.TV, also with coverage, of course, on Allo Channel 15. They hooked us up with a second channel on their cable system, so you're watching tonight on Allo Channel 190. All the girls' games are on Allo Channel 15. And many great sponsors helping us make that a reality for you. BNC Steel, Buyers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dents, Plant Valley Companies, and Panhandle Auto Group, among others. We'll make sure we mention them all. They all deserve a big shout out, as with limited fan attendance here early in the season. And look, let's be honest, it's going to be this way for quite some time. Probably be thankful is what we should be, that moms and dads, brothers and sisters can get in the gym, and mainly that these young men and women can play a little high school basketball this season, as they really have to value and cherish each and every day they're able to get on the practice floor or the game floor like here tonight. Both these teams were winners last night. Scottsbluff picked up a pretty comfortable 51-30 win over Chadron, while Mitchell got up big early and then was able to knock off Gering. The final in that one was 63-55. So this one will tip here at about 6 o'clock or so. Pre-game clock has 10 minutes and 32 seconds still remaining. So as we look at this boys bracket, Scottsbluff and Mitchell winners last night. Top seed Alliance beat Sidney by 15. Our first game here this afternoon into the early evening, a boys matchup. All 3 boys games tonight here at Gering. It was Chadron beating Sidney by the score of 47-40, as they outscored the Red Raiders. The Cardinals did by 11 points in the second half, as Sidney led at halftime by the count of 24-20. Justice Alcorn had 15 in the win for Chadron, and Xander Province chipped in 14, 2 of those coming on a breakaway 2-hand dunk, our second dunk so far we've had here in boys action at Gering over the first 2 days. And coming up tonight, the nightcap, it'll be Alliance and Gering, as the homestanding Bulldogs will get their first game floor action tonight at home as they take on top-seeded Alliance. So 3 straight boys games, all on TV. And, of course, with our Scottsbluff and Gering broadcast tonight, we'll have the radio call as well. Some of you might be tuning in on 93.3 KMOR on the FM side, streaming online as well at KMORFM.com. Glad to have you along for our High Plains Spas and Rec pregame show. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll hear from Scottsbluff head coach Scott Golian, just plugging in last night's post-game comments that we had from Coach after the ball game. It was pretty jam-packed this morning, trying to track down some coaches. Had a good 5-minute chat with Coach Golian after the game last night on our Runs a Post-game show. We'll just recap that and plug that one in and play it for you. And we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Exceptional care right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
3-3 KMOR.
We catch up with head coach Scott Golian after a Bearcat victory to open the year against Chandra, the final 51-30. And coach, whether it's you or any other head coach around the region or state, I think everybody expects plenty of bumps in the road as you try to find a little bit of a rhythm here early in the year. Not a lot of work over the summertime. You come off a week of no practice during Thanksgiving week, so a cram session early this week to kind of get ready for tonight. Overall thoughts, how do you think the guys handled things?
I think you could tell his first game, and I think you could tell that it was maybe we lost a week of practice. I think you could tell both of those things out of the gate. I mean, I really liked the way our guys competed, though. I thought they competed hard. I thought they played defense pretty hard. We can't give up that many offensive rebounds, though. Way too many offensive rebounds. Offensively, I thought we did a fairly decent job. I thought we left a lot of opportunities on the court too. But when we did things right, I thought we got good looks, and I thought we got a lot of good looks. We just have to finish more. We got some under the basket that we just didn't finish. Missed some open threes. But I thought, for the most part, I'm really pleased with the first outing out.
You know, it's your first experience with it. I saw it a little bit late in the year for volleyball with the limited attendance, quiet gyms. What was the feel like just in general for you, or maybe did your guys mention anything, just overall the atmosphere?
Obviously it's different.
Happy to be here playing.
Yeah, happy to be here playing. Thankful we get the opportunity. The environment's going to be what it is. We talked about before the game, we got to create our own energy. And we want to do that anyways, no matter if it's packed gym or nobody here. We got to do that ourselves. We can't rely on someone else. For me, once we kind of got in the game, you don't really notice how many people are here. And I think that's probably similar for our guys. Obviously there's some different plays at times, and you're like, man, if that would happen in a packed house, this place would be, the roof would have went off or something like that. But, I think guys are glad to be playing, and, I think they created pretty good energy. For the most part.
19 points I got down for Tyler Hari. Gets his first varsity start. Obviously, you got a ton of scoring to replace from a year ago, and Tyler stepped up as I think everybody expected he would with 19. I had him down for 4 made threes. So thoughts on your 6'4 junior?
No, he can shoot the ball. He definitely wasn't shy tonight. I think there's some things we need to work on with him about maybe some shot selection. But I like that he's shooting the ball with confidence, and he's got confidence in himself. And we need to make sure we can get him shots. And we got to find some other offense as well. But he hit some open ones. I think he'll learn when he watches the film that the ones he missed were probably because they weren't very good shots taken. First time out, for him in a varsity game, he's going to learn, and we're excited to continue with him.
Much expected of Kellen Harris. Quiet tonight scoring-wise. I thought at least he wasn't forcing things too much. Overall, where do improvements need to come for him to really take that next step and be the dominant type player he's going to be in his career?
I think he needs to get stronger first and foremost. He's got to get a little stronger. He's got to trust his abilities, I think. There's times where he's like, well, I got by this guy, I'm enough by this guy, instead of just exploding by someone. I think he's got to realize when he can turn it on, and go. So I don't think many people can stay with him if they just get in a foot race. I think he's got to be a little bit more aggressive. I want him to be more aggressive, more assertive for our offense. But I thought he just missed some shots tonight. I thought he took pretty good ones. But we just got to knock those in. That's pretty much our whole team, too. I thought we had good shots. We just got to knock them down.
You mentioned giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. Let's give a little bit of credit to Shadron Alcorn and Province. they're going to get a lot of offensive rebounds against everybody they play this year. That's an active duo.
Oh,
they're going to give some folks some problems.
Somebody 6'3", 6'4", athletic, strong, physical. They're gonna give a lot of people problems. They're gonna be problems for a lot of people. The scary part is when they start finishing their rebounds. If they finish their rebounds tonight against us, it's neck and neck game, or they're ahead, honestly. So we can't give up that many rebounds. We got to be more physical, and we got to get stronger. And that was one of our things coming into this year, is we're gonna have to figure out the intensity and physicality of varsity basketball. And I think we got a little dose of it tonight. And continuing on this weekend, we're going to get more of it.
Well, I appreciate you stopping up. First one in the books, plenty to learn from, but always good when it winds up with W in the column. So that's head coach Scott Golian. Coach, thanks a lot. We're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Thanks, Chris.
You bet.
I have some great news for homeowners. Today's mortgage rates are near historic lows.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Of course, KMOR tonight. Chris Cottrell with you, but also, of course, KNEB.TV, Allo Channel 190 for all of our high school basketball coverage this weekend. 18 games live broadcast on the TV side, whether it be Allo 190 or Allo Channel 15. I'll be with you here at our Logos broadcast booth, not just for our next game. Was here for the first, and I'll be here for the last tonight. Jeff Kelly's got all three of the girls' matchups over at Scottsbluff High. Logos broadcast booth. Logos, your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. You can shop their showroom or go ahead and have something custom made. I can tell you from personal experience, Jeremy can get it done in short order, quick turnaround, and great store over there at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. We get set for action here tonight with Scottsbluff taking on Mitchell. Both these teams were winners last night. Scottsbluff a 51-30 win over Chadron, and Mitchell knocked off Gering by the count of 63-55. We're just a couple of minutes away from opening tip. We'll get our national anthem played here in just a moment. We'll step away here also here once the anthem gets ready to go, and then we'll come back with introduction of starting lineups and our opening tip for tonight. Scottsbluff. And we also have some news. We told you about Austin Tyne unavailable tonight with an ankle sprain for Mitchell. Heard from Scottsbluff head coach Scott Golian this morning that Trace Travnicek for the Bearcats is no longer a member of the program. This was a player decision, and really that's about all I can tell you on that front. But Trace Travnicek, a 6'5 senior, no longer with the Bearcat boys basketball program, and that would be a big loss with an inside interior presence. Glenn Koski, our Gering Activities Director on the PA. Again, limited fan attendance here tonight. Household members only as we get set for night number 2 for Scottsbluff in the Western Conference Tournament. We'll step away, come back with lineups right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gering, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Limited fan attendance sent to household members only from now through the time being, or from the time being through, this is going to be in effect for quite some time, I would imagine, if not the entirety of the winter sports season, especially here for high school basketball. And look, wrestling is going to be the same way with these indoor sports. So no Austin Tyne tonight for Mitchell. And Trace Stramnicek no longer on the basketball team for Scottsbluff. Let's get you our starters for the Bearcats. It'll be Tyler Hari, a 6'4 junior, scored 19 last night. Super soft. Kellen Harris, quiet in the score column last night, had 3. He'll be the point guard. Isaiah Mendoza was in double figures with 11, 6-foot senior guard. James Bruner scored 4. One of those buckets was a two-hand dunk. Bruner blocked a few shots last night as well. And Tate Hawkington rounds out the starting 5. The 6'1 sophomore canned a couple of 3 balls last night for his 6 points. Now for Mitchell. Coming up off the bench, you've got Rylan Awayo, a senior. Also out here in the starting lineup will be Easton Anderson, a sophomore. He'll step into the starting lineup in place of Austin Tyne. And you've got Francisco Barrios, a senior, Jaron Anderson, a senior, and Jaden Schumacher, a senior. Just about ready for our opening tip, always brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza. Papa Murphy's at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. Dan Marshall, his crew, do a great job for you there. It's always love at 425 degrees. Ball's in the air, and we are underway here at Gering. The second of 3 from the boys bracket tonight. Day 2 action of the Western Conference Tournament. Scottsbluff in the all-black uniforms. Mitchell in the whites tonight. Kellen Harris with a pull-up J on the first trip down the floor for Scottsbluff. Off the mark. This ball gets knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bearcats. Tyler Hari had 4 triples last night, scored 19 for Scottsbluff. Kellen Harris has it. Comes to a jump stop off the square. Too strong, wouldn't go. Rebounded by Barrios for Mitchell. He'll handle the basketball into the front court. Awayo, what a stud on the gridiron this past fall. One of the top rushers in the state, much less the Nebraska Panhandle. And Awayo throws it away. Mitchell turns it over for the first time. It comes on their opening trip down the floor. Still scoreless, 40 seconds gone by. Mendoza to Hari. Hari, one dribble inside the arc. Now Kellen Harris catches top of the key. Harris holds the ball high above his head. Now Mendoza. Isaiah had 11 last night. Mendoza picks up his dribble and nearly turned it over. Tate Hawkington can't connect from downtown. Offensive rebound. Tyler Hari with the putback 2. Believe Tyler has some family in Hawaii watching again tonight, Arizona, and the Lincoln area, I was told by Mom. So, hey, to the Hari crew and any relation out there watching with Tyler Hari here tonight. Thanks for tuning in on KDB.TV. Glad to have you on board. 2-0 start for Scottsbluff. Barrios on the drive. Shot altered as he got near the rim. Barrios grabs the loose ball. Awayo's going to shoot the 3 ball. That's off the iron. And that'll roll out of bounds. Off the iron, flat. Couple of bounces, and giving chase was Jaron Anderson. Could not get there. And Mitchell will drop back defensively in the half court. Looks like they will go man. Isaiah Mendoza on the right side wing. And James Bruner wanted Kellen Harris. Harris was going elsewhere, did not see that pass coming. And Scottsbluff with their first turnover of the night. 6:18 to play in the first quarter. A 2-0 lead for Scottsbluff. Francisco Barrios on the handle into the front court. Now dribble drive action from Awayo. Can't get it to go. Stick back would not drop, and grabbing the defensive rebound for Scottsbluff is Tyler Hari. Hari will pull up in transition. Can't knock down the 3. Rebounding is Barrios for Mitchell. Barrios will push it. Scottsbluff back defensively. Awayo on the right side wing. He goes against Mendoza. And saving it inbounds, no. That ball touched the baseline. Easton Anderson could not get there in time. Turnover number 2 committed by the Tigers. Head coach is Jason Gregory. They had a great year last year, 18-8, 1-0 early here in this brand new campaign. Got a 63-55 win last night over at Scottsbluff against Gering. There's Kellen Harris as he takes his third shot in the early going, and Kellen on the board early. Good sign for Scottsbluff. They lead 4-0. And we're going to get a push in the open floor. And that foul will go against Tate Talkington. 5:19 to play here in the opening quarter. Scottsbluff out to an early 4-0 lead. Barrios double team now. We're going to get another whistle and a foul. Trevor Schwartz is checked in for James Bruner. Bruner came up a little bit gimpy on a defensive trip down the floor earlier. And Coach Golian noticed that right away. They've got James on the bench. We'll hope he's all right. Trevor Schwartz on it again. No Trace Travnicek from here moving forward the rest of the way. And that takes a bunch of size off the floor for Scottsbluff. Jaron Anderson shot would not drop. He used the glass, ricocheted off the rim, came into the hands of a Bearcat. We get a reach-in foul called on Anderson. That is his first. Harris to Hari. Hari from another zip code knocks one in. Tyler Hari has his first tray of the night. 5 quick points. He had 4 triples in their season opening win last night against Shadron. Trevor Schwartz intercepts that pass. And a quick turnover. That is number 3, Talkington. Boy, he hesitated on the shot. Wouldn't go. Kellen Harris, the O board. And Kellen Harris has 4 out of the shoot. 4 for Harris, 5 for Hari. And it is 9-0 Scottsbluff. Without Austin Tyne, it would be not a shock if this Mitchell team struggled on the offensive end of the floor. He's their ball handler, top scorer, long-range bomber. Kellen Harris, open look from 3. Harris knocks it in. Kellen Harris has 7. Tyler Hari has 5. A timeout taken by Mitchell. It is 12-0 Scottsbluff early. That's our score on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products. Papa Murphy's. Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey. And by John's Body Shop.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
After scoring just 3 points last night, sophomore Kellen Harris is on one here early. Just about halfway through this opening quarter, and Harris has 7 and Tyler Hari has 5. That's going to be the duo that's going to lead Scottsbluff in the score column most of the way this year. Jaron Anderson can't knock it down from the left side wing. That 3-point shot off target. Rebound for Trevor Schwartz, and here comes Tyler Hari. Tate Talkington was up ahead, didn't see him until late. Now Jackson Ostick is checked in for the first time. Kellen Harris has the ball. Now Hari thought about the 3, dribbles his way into an open look. Tyler Hari has his second. 3 threes already for the Cats here early, and it is 15-0. Ohio again, Mitchell without Austin Tyne, going to be tough without their junior star player, one of the best players in the region. Up ahead, Kellen Harris off the feed from Tate Talkington. And Harris has 9. Hari has 8. It is 17-0. Jackson Ostick hits the floor. Tyler Hari hits the floor, gets rid of it. Kellen Harris comes up with a loose basketball. Cats making some effort plays here. Hari can't make it. 20-0. Barrios the rebound. Into the front court, Mitchell with a Wyo. Out high with it is Reisig into the game for the first time. That shot won't drop. And a foul goes against the Bearcats, and Tyler Hari picks up his first. Talkington will take a seat. Kellen Harris goes to the bench. Mendoza's back in. James Bruner checks back in. That's good to see. Carter Reisig gets one of two. And Mitchell has their first point of the night. Scottsbluff turns it over for a second time. A walking violation. 2:27 to play in the opening quarter. 17-1 Scottsbluff. Up big on Mitchell. Reisig now firing from the left side wing. A triple falls for Easton Anderson. Anderson got the start tonight in place of Tyne. Out of the corner, Isaiah Mendoza. Isaiah scored 11 last night. Can't get that triple to fall. Now Barrios fires a pass. Was it touched by Schwartz? It was not. And turnover number 4 as that ball sails out of bounds. Cats up 17-4. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jackson Ostick handles the basketball. Now Schwartz has it. Out high right side. Hari on the wing right. Curling. And a bounce pass from one side of the paint to the other block to Bruner is knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cats. Mendoza to inbound. He'll lob it in to Trevor Schwartz. Bruner on the catch. Now we're going to get a whistle and a foul called against the Tigers. This one will go against Ryland, Ohio. Minute 37 to play, opening quarter. Shadron beats Sydney in the first boys matchup tonight here on day 2 of the Western Conference tourney. Off a screen, Mendoza. He'll fire over top of the defender. Left that 3 short. Ricochets off the iron. And here comes Mitchell into the front court. Barrios. Anderson hands it off. A wild reverse layup. Hit the underside of the backboard. And here comes Scottsbluff on the run. Hari in transition with a 3 ball. Little strong. And the rebound for Jaron Anderson. Here comes Mitchell. Anderson handles with the right hand into the front court. Now Barrios. He'll get down near the block, almost walked with it. Anderson. Whistle, offensive foul called against Jaron Anderson. And with Tyne out, Anderson picks up his second. He'll have to leave the game. And now Mitchell, any bit of foul trouble here tonight with Tyne unavailable. Will make things pretty dicey here for the Tigers and head coach Jason Gregory. Scottsbluff jumped out to a 17-0 lead. Hari and Kellen Harris have all the points thus far here in the first quarter. Schwartz to Mendoza. Schwartz sets a screen for Hari. Now he pops. Schwartz will get rid of it to Bruner operating on the perimeter. Mendoza thought about the shot, put it on the floor, took it strong to the basket. Like to see that from Isaiah. In limited minutes last year, he would be more of a catch and shoot 3-point guy. And this year he's going to have to do a little bit more than that. Good to see from Isaiah on the dribble drive. And left the free throw short. Hari had 19 last night. Mendoza had 11. The 2 players in double figures for Scottsbluff. And 1 of 2 at the line for Isaiah Mendoza. Right side, Reisig. And jumping into the passing lane to come up with that steal was Schwartz. Outlet pass up ahead. Tate Talkington's got his first bucket of the night. 20-4. Scottsbluff out big here in the opening quarter. Barrios on the drive. Shot block into the hands of Schwartz. 10 seconds to go. Schwartz, oh, good look to Bruner, who will lay it in. Nice pass from Schwartz, and Bruner converts on the easy layup. Half-court heave at the buzzer. Will not drop for the Tigers. All Scottsbluff after 1 quarter of action. The Cats lead Mitchell 22-4 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Babylock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Chris Cottrell with you on KMOR and also KNEB.TV and Allo Channel 190. Glad to have you along here. I'm at our Logos broadcast location. We got so many great sponsors to help us get you all these games on the TV side for the Western Conference Tournament, like Runs and Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, John's Body Shop, Chimney Rock Chiropractic, and Prime Metal Products. How about Papa Murphy's Pizza? They're in there. Farm Bureau Sean Harvey as well. More, we'll make sure we mention them along the way here this evening. Scottsbluff up big, 22-4 against Mitchell. Again, Austin Tyne not available tonight. Got a sprained ankle for the Tigers. That injury occurred last night. There's a 3-ball from Easton Anderson. He's got a pair of triples, and other than that, there is really not much else going on for Mitchell on the offensive end. Kellen Harris, now Jackson Ostick puts it on the deck, works his way inside to the painted area. Now Mendoza shoots a 3 over the defender. Offensive rebound, James Bruner. Kellen Harris takes the pass. He can't knock down the tray. Bruner, now Talkington. And Tate Talkington walked with it. Kellen Harris had 9 in the first quarter. Tyler Hari had 8. Barrios on the drive. Ostick there for the defensive rebound. Jackson Ostick will cross the timeline into the front court. He explodes to the basket. Shot was blocked, and then it hit Ostick as he was falling out of bounds. Barrios, the nice defensive play. (22-7). Cats lead it by 15. 6:50 to play in the second quarter. Barrios steps inside the arc on the dribble, puts it on the floor, lost it, got it back. And a block shot for Talkington. Pass up ahead to Kellen Harris, used his body, couldn't get the shot to fall, but Kellen Harris will go to the line to shoot a pair. Kellen Harris is going to be a superstar for Scottsbluff. Just a sophomore, he's going to have some nights where he looks awesome. Could be in the process of one of those right now, as he's already got 10. But then like last night, had just 3 points. But the one nice thing about last night for Kellen is he really didn't force the action too much, despite his shot not falling. Kellen hits a pair at the foul line. Harris now has 11. That pass tipped away, goes out of bounds. Bruner touched it last for the Bearcats. Barrios will inbound. They get it into Rylan Awayo. Awayo uses that big, strong upper body. Got it to go. Whistle. Foul. Chance for a three-point play. Rylan Awayo. .6:25 to go in the first half. Awayo makes it a three-point trip, and the lead is 14 for the Bearcats. Harris handles with the left. He is a lefty, goes that direction, feeds Bruner in the corner. Top of the key, straight on three ball for Talkington. That thing looked like it was going to fall, rattled out. Rebound to the Cats. Mendoza finds Bruner. James Bruner now Ostick. Isaiah Mendoza on the right side. Lost the defender, attacks the rim, got it to fall with the left hand off the square. Nice take from Isaiah Mendoza. His first field goal from the floor. He's got 3 points, lead back to 16 for the Bearcats. Carter Reisig on the drive. Lost the basketball. Talkington picks it up. Here comes Scottsbluff. Talkington, he'll take it right to the rim. Wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. Grabbed by Mendoza. Bruner's got it. Stolen away. Outlet pass from Awayo. And Bruner fouls Barrios. And another three-point play opportunity coming for the Tigers. .5:26 to play. That bucket came off the fourth Scottsbluff turnover so far tonight. Barrios can't knock down the foul shot. Rebounded by the Cats. Here comes Scottsbluff with Kellen Harris. Harris on the near side wing, gives it to Talkington. Tyler Hari on the catch at the foul line. Tries to look opposite. That pass intended for Bruner, stolen away. Back-to-back trips with turnovers for the Cats. Reisig. Easton Anderson has buried a pair of triples already for Mitchell. Now Awayo on the catch. Reisig sets the high screen. Mendoza hit the deck. Awayo's triple wouldn't go. And Scottsbluff clears. Up ahead, Hari in the corner. Mendoza, contact, it wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. He fell to the floor. Wisely had to get rid of it, or else there would have been a travel call. Now Awayo in transition with the layup. Rylan Awayo has 5. We've got a timeout taken by Mitchell. They're back to within 12, 26-14 the score. This will be a 30-second stoppage in play. We'll keep it right here. Some more of those great high school sports sponsors for us to get you our TV coverage this weekend include Panhandle Co-op, Paul Reed Construction, Ideal Linen, Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and Western Nebraska Regional Airport. Chris Cottrell, glad to have you along tonight. KMOR 93.3 and also Allo Channel 190, KNEB.TV. Wells Fargo, for more than 125 years, they've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far. Hari, Mendoza, Harris, Bruner, and Talkington. For Mitchell, Barrios, Anderson, Awayo, Reisig, and Schumacher. Underneath with it is Bruner. Bruner in traffic, can't get it to go off the square. Now Barrios and Mendoza mixing it up underneath off the miss. 4:17 to play in the half. Tyler Hari will inbound the ball. Look middle instead. They'll kind of go to an outlet with Kellen Harris. Up top now Mendoza. High rain-making three. He wanted that one over top of Francisco Barrios, and Mendoza has his first triple. He's got 6 points tonight. Lead back to 15. Schumacher posting. Reisig up top. Back to Barrios. Poked away by Tate Talkington. Mitchell basketball. They'll inbound right in front of the Scottsbluff bench. 29-14. And now we've got a foul called against Bruner. Mitchell in the corner, Awayo. Now Barrios into the paint. Stop with the right hand. Too strong off the glass. Talkington grabs the miss. Now Schwartz from downtown. Backside rebound controlled for Mitchell by Reisig. Easton Anderson into the corner, now Ohio with it. 3:20 to go in our first half here tonight. Looks like Jackson Ostick will check in at the next dead ball. Missed shot for Mitchell, rebounding Scottsbluff. They'll bring it into the front court with Kellen Harris. Now James Bruner wide open. He'll shoot the three, missed badly. Offensive glass cleared by Trevor Schwartz. Schwartz back to Harris. Kellen a one-hand lefty pass to Bruner. Now Schwartz. Talkington. That ball partially blocked, and then completely unaware that it had been partially blocked. It kind of ricocheted off Tyler Hari and went out of bounds. So Mitchell will get the basketball. Reisig plays it in to Barrios, who's had the ball in his hands a lot tonight with Austin Tyne out with an ankle injury. Easton Anderson up top being hounded by Kellen Harris. Ostick defends now against Barrios. Barrios thought about the step back three. Easton Anderson left side. Now Barrios on the catch, right wing. Ostick defending. Down low, it won't go for Schumacher. Wild shot, ball comes out. Picking up the loose ball is Scottsbluff's Jackson Ostick. Ostick to Bruner. Schwartz was posting, he wanted it. Now Hari dribbles into a step back triple and he bangs one in over top of the defender, Easton Anderson. First bucket of the quarter for Hari. He's got 11 points tonight. He and Harris each with 11, 22 of the Cats, 32, under 2 minutes to go. Deep three for Carter Reisig. Up high for the rebound is Kellen Harris. His lefty pass slipped out of his hand. He wanted Hari on the run. And the sophomore, you're going to see a lot of those type conversations all season long. Coach Golian coaching up Kellen after a little bit of a mistake. Kellen will just have to keep playing because, as I said earlier, kid's going to be a special one here for the Cats. Ohio now Barrios. He'll fire this time. That three high off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Tyler Hari. Kellen Harris looks up the floor, gets it to Ostick. Back to Harris. Kellen holds the ball high. Brings it middle, offensive foul, a moving screen whistled against Trevor Schwartz. James Bruner will check out. That's the second foul on Schwartz. With the loss of Trace Travnicek from the program, Schwartz's minutes have skyrocketed here, you would imagine. Mitchell basketball down by 18. Oscar Flores is into the game for the first time. Reisig fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul goes on Kellen Harris. That's his first. And Reisig makes it count, connects on the first at the stripe. Carter Reisig got both. He's got 3 points. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll step away with them. 32-16. Late in the first half, Cats doubling up Mitchell on the West Coast scoreboard.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Our Black Friday sale is back at Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming for 15 days only. Receive 20% off every replacement window with 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. So keep your cash and spend ours. Purchase 3 windows and get a $500 Visa card. Purchase 4 to 7 windows and get an $800 Visa card. Or get a $1,500 Visa card when you purchase 8 to 12 windows. Hurry, this offer is only available from November 27th through December 11th. Merry Christmas to you from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. Call 307-215-7493.
Also tonight, Chris Cottrell with you on KDB.TV and Allo Channel 190. Look at Mark Ryan across the way. Just kick back, mask up. Not even looking at the action here for a moment. I'm giving Mark a hard time. Does a tremendous job for the paper at WNCC as Scottsbluff throws it away coming out of the timeout. Their 6th turnover of the night. 11 points apiece for Tyler Hari and Kellen Harris. Flores 3. Bounces off the left side of the iron, and Scottsbluff will get the rock back in their possession. Mendoza, Schwartz, Ostick, Harris, and Hari, the 5 on the floor for the Bearcats right now. Kellen Harris will cock and fire from deep, too strong. Rylan Awayo has it quickly into the front court for Mitchell. Entry pass down low to Jaron Anderson. Anderson turns middle, now wheels it back to the baseline side over the right shoulder. Misses a couple of opportunities. Reisig saved it in bounds, but it went right to Tyler Hari. Hari on the dribble. Boy, he'll shoot that triple at the buzzer. It won't go. 32-16 our score. Scottsbluff with a 16-point lead here at halftime. Hari with 11 and Harris with 11. Cats at the break up 32-16 on our West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Travis Hawk, Panhandle Co-op, All Reed Construction, and by Ideal Linen.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Come in and see gifts for everyone at TC and More. Great gifts are waiting at TC and More, 1621 Broadway, Scottsbluff.
TV, and also that means Allo Channel 190 for tonight's boys action from Gering High for night number 2 of the Western Conference Tournament. Halftime score, Scottsbluff out in front of Mitchell. They lead this one by the count of 32-16. Let's get you a look at the scoring leaders here for these ball clubs. We'll start with Scottsbluff, doubling up the Tigers at the moment. 11 points apiece for sophomore Kellen Harris and junior Tyler Hari. Those two have combined for 4 made threes. Hari has 3 of them. James Bruner scored 2. Tate Talkington, the sophomore, has 2. And Isaiah Mendoza, the senior guard, has scored 6 points so far tonight. 5 players have scored for the Bearcats and head coach Scott Golian. What about for Mitchell? They've had 4 players scoring again. They are without Austin Tyne tonight, who's out with a sprained ankle. That happened last night in the win against Gering. They won that game 63-55, but one of the top players in the region not available for the Tigers here this evening and probably for the rest of the tournament for their 3rd game tomorrow. Easton Anderson did a good job. Boy, this game started 17-0 Scottsbluff. Easton Anderson has canned a couple of 3 balls, and that kept Mitchell in it, I guess, if you will, early on, or at least able to get him on the board and give him a little bit of confidence. Rylan Awayo scored all 5 of his points in the second quarter, and then they've got a three-point effort from Carter Reisig. He's 3 for 4 at the free throw line, and Francisco Barrios doing a good deal of the ball handling tonight with Tyne unavailable. Barrios has scored 2. Jason Gregory's team went 18-8 1 year ago. Again, we're at halftime, 32-16 in the earlier game tonight. Well, why don't we step away? We'll come back and tell you about that first game here. Tell you what we've got as far as one final on the girls' side. Then we'll have a 3rd boys' game tonight as well here at Gering High School. We'll do that when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, we believe in personalized planning for your financial goals.
As your retirement income partners, our concern for your success, combined with resources from Raymond James, can help you make confident decisions for your financial future.
Our team of financial advisors will help you make your money work just as hard as you did to earn it. After all, our goal is to help you reach your financial goals.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Kevin Fig, Financial Advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation pre-retirement review.
HydroZEN. Unplug and recharge. What is HydroZEN? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. HydroZEN is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products, Papa Murphy's, Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey, and by John's Body Shop.
Halftime score here at Gering. Boys action for the Western Conference Tournament. Scottsbluff doubling up the Mitchell Tigers by the score of 32-16. Earlier tonight in the boys' first ball game here at Gering, the first of our triple header, it was Shadron picking up a second-half comeback victory over Sidney by the final of 47-40. 15 points from Justice Alcorn and 14 points from Xander Province led the way for the Cards, who improved to 1-1. Sidney falls to 0-2. So Shadron into the noon game tomorrow. Sidney will play in the early game at Scottsbluff starting at 10 in the morning. I'll have all 3 boys games tomorrow from Scottsbluff. Jeff Kelly will slide over from Scottsbluff, where he's been last night and tonight. And he'll have 3 girls games here to wrap up the Western Conference Tournament tomorrow. 10, noon, and 2, those start times. 1 girls final from earlier, as Gering knocked off Alliance big 67-21, and at halftime Shadron leads Sidney in a pretty close ball game. And we'll have one more boys game here tonight. That'll be Alliance at they'll be at Gering. That's where we're at. Alliance and Gering from GHS here at 8. And the final girls game will be top seed Scottsbluff playing Mitchell at 8 o'clock. Again, we're at halftime, and the Bearcats on top of the Mitchell Tigers by the score of 32-16. Monument Physical Therapy, they have a great bumps and bruises program. What is it? Well, it's pretty simple. They offer 1 free consultation and 1 free follow-up for all area athletes. That's Monument Physical Therapy and Gering. And we couldn't bring you all these games on KDB.TV without the help of all of our great sponsors. Well, first off, Allo doing a great job for us as always. They got us that second channel, which you're watching tonight, channel 190 on Allo Communications cable system. They also have Allo channel 15. The girls' games are there tonight. And some of those fine folks, BNC Steel, Buyers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dents, and Platte Valley Companies, as well as the Panhandle Auto Group. We'll step away, come back. We'll have second half action for you in just a moment. And we come back, we get to quarter number 3. Scottsbluff up 32-16 on the Rural Radio Network.
Holiday recycling tips.
The holidays bring wrapping paper, boxes, and trees. Remember, when done with these items, recycle them. Wrapping paper can be collected and recycled in one of the city's recycling bins. Boxes can be collapsed and stored to use later or recycled. Finally, your old Christmas tree can be dropped off at this location. This holiday season, give thanks and a start to a healthier new year. Meet at Tri-City Stormwater.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group, Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and by Chimney Rock Chiropractic.
The second half, third quarter action just underway. Back with you, Chris Cottrell on KMOR and KDB.TV, Allo Channel 190. Scottsbluff up by 16 against Mitchell. They jumped out to a 17-0 lead to start tonight's ball game. Off the Mitchell miss, Scottsbluff in transition, and Isaiah Mendoza lays it up and in for the fast break field goal. Mendoza now has 8 points tonight, and Scottsbluff leads 34-16. Rylan Ohio shoots over top of James Bruner. Backside rebound grab by Mendoza. Outlet pass up ahead is picked off by Barrios. Barrios, hesitation dribble. Hari reaches in, tried to pilfer him, and there will be a whistle and a foul called against Tyler Hari. Shadron a winner earlier tonight by 7 over Sydney. Scottsbluff leading by 18 right now, 34-16. Thank you, Glenn. 34-16 against Mitchell. And Barrios converts at the stripe. With no Austin Tyne tonight, Barrios is handling the basketball quite a bit. 1-2, Hari grabs the rebound. Tyler pushes to Mendoza. Mendoza try to slick little bounce pass between two defenders to get it to Bruner, intercepted, stolen away. Scottsbluff's committed 7 turnovers so far tonight. Kellen Harris has 11. Tyler Hari has 11. Good ball movement from Mitchell. Jaron Anderson fires a pass, and it winds up in the hands of Berrios on the drive, and a blocking foul called against Tate Talkington. Mitchell plays it in. Easton Anderson uses a screen, got loose in the corner. No shot available. Anderson on the catch. Boy, that was near a flat-footed little jump shot. I don't know that you can phrase it like that. A set shot, old school, barely left the ground. As Easton Anderson now has 8. So it absolutely was not what I said it was. 34-19 our score. Mitchell has it. Awayo to Berrios in the corner. Jaron Anderson puts it on the deck. Pass deflected, intercepted now by Bruner. Bruner brings it himself. Nice one-hand pass. On the bounce, the delivery from Bruner and the finish for Mendoza. Another whistle and a foul called against the Cats. Third foul on Tate Talkington. Awayo, Schumacher, Anderson, and Berrios for Mitchell. Bruner, Mendoza, Hari, Harris, and Ostick now on the floor for Scottsbluff. 5:42 to play in the third. Cats lead by 17, 36-19. Our third and final game here tonight will be Gering and Alliance from the boys bracket. Easton Anderson has scored 8, missed that 3. Now Hari into the front court. Top of the key, Harris. His pass to the post picked off by Mitchell. Here comes Berrios. He'll line up the triple in transition. Francisco Berrios has 4 of the 6 for Mitchell so far in this third quarter, and it is 36-22. Mitchell doing a pretty good job just hanging around here a little bit without their star player. Mendoza's 3 ball. Off the iron. Here come the Tigers into the front court. Chance to cut it to 12, maybe 11. Schumacher, he knew it. He knew it. Dribbled once, picked it up. Thought he was going to slip a little bounce pass to a cutter along the baseline. It wasn't there, and then just instinctively thought, well, I'll just use my dribble and head to the middle of the floor. He knew it the minute he put it on the deck that second time. Double dribble and the turnover for the Tigers. Scottsbluff in the front court. Hari on the catch. And now Tyler Hari coughs it up. In transition, Berrios. Well, he was going in for the layup off the right side of the bucket. Had it kind of deflected as he was going up for the shot. And eventually that ball winds up going out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell on the far sideline. Here comes Jackson Ostick handling for the Cats. Ostick goes right to the rim. No body stop ball. He missed the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. Mitchell gets it back. Scottsbluff has scored 4 points here in the first 3:43 of the third quarter. Bruner at 6'4", getting down in a good defensive stance and hanging with Awayo, trying to defend on the inbounds pass. Now they run and jump. They double Berrios in the backcourt, but Mitchell able to get it across the timeline. Berrios, step back 3. That won't fall. Rebounding is Tate Talkington for Scottsbluff. Talkington will bring it himself. Again, nobody stopped the basketball, and this time they finish with Talkington on the driving layup. 3:45 to play in the third. 38-22. Schumacher catches on the low block right side. Berrios being hounded by Ostick. Berrios. Ostick knows his role. He's not going to be a big-time scorer. Handle the basketball, deliver it to open teammates, and really D up on this end of the floor. He reaches in this time, and he'll get called for the reach. Tyler Hari checks out. Schwartz, Mendoza, Talkington, Bruner, and Ostick on the floor for the Bearcats. Threw that pass into traffic, did Mitchell. Now it's Reisig. Carter Reisig, solid looking player here. Timeout on the floor. Mid-third quarter, 30-second stoppage here in play. High school basketball coverage, KNDB.TV, Allo Channel 190. Limited fan attendance here tonight. Be that way for the most part, really throughout the entirety of this basketball season. One of our fine high school sports sponsors is Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all those quality automotive repair needs. Also Hydrotex, your lubrication solution partner. Member of the Holiday family of companies, Hydrotex is proud to support local athletes. Scottsbluff ball out of the timeout. Isaiah Mendoza has it on the near side wing. And he dribbled it out of bounds. Just lost the dribble. Came up real high. Couldn't find it. And the Tigers get it back. That was the 9th turnover. Unofficially, my numbers, unofficially, very unofficial. And now Mitchell turns it over. Mendoza streaking to the bucket. Took the feed from Talkington. Isaiah got fouled. Mendoza will shoot 2 at the line. Mendoza short right off the iron on the first attempt. Second on the way, short again. Ball tipped around, who's going to come up with it? Awayo, 2:45 to play in the third. Scottsbluff up by 14. 38-24, Barrios waves. Reisig to the other side of the floor. They go Jaron Anderson, high post. Give it right back to Barrios. Little two-man game, Anderson gets it back. Tries to back down Schwartz for a dribble or two, and that'll be a turnover and over and back violation. Third turnover in this third quarter for Mitchell. 38-24, Scottsbluff leads by 14 still. Kellen Harris is back on. Kellen had a great start tonight, 9 points in the first quarter. He's got 11 in the ball game. Bounce pass from Mendoza to Schwartz is batted out of bounds by Mitchell. Cats will refire from along the baseline. Mendoza lobs it in to Tate Talkington. Now Schwartz. Mendoza. Boy, he gives you that catch and little hesitation, then puts it on the deck. Backing up, and the sophomore, Kellen Harris, knocks down the jumper. Harris has 13. Awayo, we're going to have a blocking foul called against Isaiah Mendoza. Coaching staff and teammates on the bench up applauding the effort for Mendoza. Got there just a little late. Rylan Awayo 2 for 2 at the 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Just under 2 minutes to play. Awayo hits both. Rylan Awayo has 7. Easton Anderson leads Mitchell in scoring with 8. Harris on the dribble handoff give. Now Ostick, Hari, well behind the arc right side. Up top Mendoza, open underneath Schwartz. He lost it on the bounce. Jaron Anderson picks it up, and here comes Mitchell. Scottsbluff turns it over. Harris defends against Barrios. Count it. No, wouldn't go. Thing looked about halfway down before it popped out. I've got Scottsbluff down for 10 turnovers so far tonight. Barrios able to drop the first, second on the way, left that one short. Kellen Harris grabs the miss. And here comes Scottsbluff. Harris, Hari, telegraphed that entry pass, tipped. Schwartzo able to grab it. Ostick top of the key. Now Mendoza. We come up on 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Mendoza lobs it to Ostick. Ostick in traffic, leaves it for Schwartz, and Scottsbluff turning it over. That is 5 in the quarter. In transition the other way, the layup for Easton Anderson. He hits double figures now with 10. Mitchell's within 11. Ostick will take it to the rim. He's hammered. He'll get 2. Carter Reisig called for the foul. And Jackson Ostick starts this two-shot opportunity at the line with a make. Tate Talkington in. Mendoza will sit. Jaron Anderson heads to the bench for Mitchell. Ostick misses the second. Ball batted out of bounds. It'll go back to Mitchell. 41-29. 42 seconds to play here in the third. No Austin Tyne, and Mitchell down by only 12. Easton Anderson, Kellen Harris blocks his shot in the paint. Dribble handoff, right wing, Tate Talkington. We'll see if Scottsbluff plays for the final shot in the quarter. Harris able to draw the contact. This feels like a little bit of a surprise. After 3, Shadron girls lead Sydney by 12, 32-20. Foul on Awayo, his second, just the third team foul called against Mitchell. And with 10 seconds to play, the Cats inbound. They've got it in Talkington's hands. Cut off baseline. Tate Talkington shoots over top of Schumacher. Backside rebound, the putback at the buzzer. And Tyler Hari gets his first field goal of the quarter as the horn sounds. We're through 3 tonight. And Gering game 2 of 3. And heading to the fourth, Scottsbluff leads Mitchell 43-29 on the West Coast scoreboard.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Through 3 tonight, it's Scottsbluff leading Mitchell 43-29. Kellen Harris with 13 for the Cats, also with that same number. Tyler Hari's got 13 points. James Bruner with a deuce. Isaiah Mendoza's in double figures with 10. Tate Talkington has 4. and Jackson Ostick with a free throw in that third quarter. 7 for Francisco Barrios for Mitchell. Also with 7 is Rylan Awayo. Double figures for Easton Anderson. He's got 10, and 5 for Carter Reisig off the bench. Mitchell put up 13 in the third, and Scottsbluff, kind of a down quarter offensively, scored 11, and they also turned it over 5 times. And now a turnover, a double dribble, the violation called on Rylan Awayo. Hari inbounds to Bruner. Tate Talkington on the catch, and he walked with it. Unofficially, 12 turnovers now committed by the Bearcats. High dribble from Barrios, almost lost it. Nearly threw it away then to Jaron Anderson. Awayo picks up the loose change on the floor. Missed the shot underneath. Jaron Anderson's shot too strong off the glass. Rebounded on the other side of the rim by the Cats. Lobbing it for Bruner. Back out it comes. And Scottsbluff getting a little sloppy with a basketball here in this second half. I had him with 6 turnovers at halftime. Not even a minute gone by into the fourth, and they've already turned it over 7 times in this half. Reisig, little halfway screen, tossed up a lefty jump hook, wouldn't go, swooping across the paint. And now Kellen Harris, the sophomore dynamo, has it. Harris to Talkington. Now Hari. Hari and Harris have combined for 26, 13 apiece. Bruner looks opposite, finds a wide open Jackson Ostick. The 3-ball wouldn't go. Now Kellen Harris, a steal in the backcourt, goes up. Doesn't get the roll off the back of the iron. And Barrios there for the board for Mitchell. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Barrios 3. Heel of the iron, kind of stuck there for a moment, rolled off. 6:24 to play. And a foul in the backcourt whistled against Mitchell. It goes on Easton Anderson, his second personal. 4th team foul. Scottsbluff's committed 6 fouls as a team so far here in the half. Harris casually dribbles it up the floor, and boy, they lucked their way into a non-turnover on that pass. They get it back to Tyler Hari. Now Bruner. Kellen Harris, right side wing. Talkington. Now Bruner drives. Feeds the perimeter. Talkington to James down low. Bruner hangs in the air. Kind of curled his body back towards the rim and tossed it off the square for a deuce. James Bruner has 4. Outlet pass to Bruner, and James will lay it in. Had the dunk last night in the fourth. He's got 6 points in tonight's matchup against Mitchell, 47-29, and Reisig rains one in from deep. Carter Reisig has 8. Mendoza curled off a screen. The assist to Kellen Harris. Nice look. The lefty one-hand pass. And Isaiah Mendoza has 12. Balanced scoring at the top for the Cats tonight. 2 with 13, and Isaiah now with 12. On the drive, Barrios, a spinner with the right hand, wouldn't go. And Barrios grabs his own miss. Scores it, he's got 9. 49-34. Talkington. Now Hari. Right side. Mendoza. Blows by the defender. Can't score. A little running layup. More of a line drive. Didn't use the glass. And we get a whistle and a foul called against Carter Reisig for the Tigers. Trevor Schwartz will come on for Kellen Harris. 4:38 to play. Off a screen, Tyler Hari, catch and shoot the three off the iron. Grabbed by Schwartz. Talkington to Mendoza along the baseline. High arcing little floater. And Isaiah Mendoza has been steady all night. He's got 14. Rising. Sets the screen after he got rid of it. Easton Anderson buries a mid-range jumper. We've got a timeout. We'll step away. 4:02 to play here in the fourth. It's Scottsbluff up by 15 on Mitchell on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Travis Hawk, Panhandle Co-op, Paul Reed Construction, and by Ideal Linen.
Also tonight on KDB.TV and Allo Channel 190, night number 2 for the Boys Western Conference Tournament here at Gering High School. Girls action taking place at Scottsbluff tonight. Switch gyms tomorrow. Boys head to Scottsbluff. Championship games tomorrow will both tip off at 2 o'clock. Mendoza in traffic finds Hari. Tyler's deep three ball. Too strong. Oh, board. Mendoza couldn't get the stick back. About 8 to 10 to drop, and Mitchell clears, and they'll bring it into the front court with Barrios. Barrios just methodically worked his way to the rim and able to lay it in for 2. Barrios now has 11. He's hit double figures, 51-38. Mendoza, just a head fake. Got the defender up in the air, flying by, and then he blew by for the layup. Isaiah has 6 in the quarter. He leads with 16 points. Barrios walked with it. .309 to play here in regulation. Scottsbluff's lead is 15, 53-38. Kellen Harris gives it to Hari. Little pitch back. They loved that play for Dawson Moore a year ago. And Hari can't knock it in from well behind the three-point line. Easton Anderson's been solid tonight coming off the bench. No, in fact, he got the start with timeout. Anderson has scored 12. Now Barrios has 13 points, 53-30. Kellen Harris into the front court for the Cats. We come up on, we go under 2.5 minutes to play. Jackson Ostick picks up his dribble. Wide open look for Hari. Missed that one badly from downtown. .205 to go in the game. Kellen Harris comes up with the steal. Reach-in foul goes against Jaron Anderson. Substitutions for both teams with Jaden Schumacher on for Mitchell. Reisig to the bench. Hari checks out. I believe that's James Brunner back on. Yeah, the other, well, maybe that was Schwartz. I'm not sure who checked in. I saw Bearcat coming in, was looking at the Mitchell substitution. Mendoza can't connect from deep. Back of his shoe was nearly on the sideline. Jaron Anderson lines up a triple left wing. Rebounded by Kellen Harris for Scottsbluff. Outlet pass ahead to Trevor Schwartz. He'll give it back quickly to the sophomore Harris. Offensive foul, moving screen called against Jackson Ostick. Tate Talkington quickly up off the bench. He'll re-enter the ball game. Kellen Harris will sit. And a double dribble violation against the Tigers. .129 to go. 53-40. Scottsbluff last night scored 51. Got out to a 17-0 start tonight. Since then, been pretty even basketball, but now Mendoza goes by a defender. Little runner off the glass, backside board, tipped up and in by Tyler Hari. Timeout taken by Scottsbluff. It'll be a 30. We'll stay right here. 55-40 our score. We'll have a nightcap still to come. It'll be Gering and Alliance. Alliance, the top seed. They rolled last night, 69. Or no, that was the Scottsbluff girls final. Let's see, that Alliance final, 60-45, as they knocked off Sydney. Then Shadron beat Sydney this afternoon. That final was 47-40. Outscored the Red Raiders by 11 in the second half. Got good performances from Xander Province and Justice Alcorn. Jason Gregory, the head coach for Mitchell. Scott Golian in charge of the Bearcats. Both head coaches up, coaching down the stretch here. We go under a minute to play. Easton Anderson being defended by Kellen Harris. Nearly a steal from Talkington. Now Barrios to Anderson. That'll turn into an open look as Mendoza gambled for the steal. Couldn't come up with the INT in the passing lane. Missed three from Ohio. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mitchell Tigers. Mendoza into the passing lane. The steal goes to the rim, and the layup hit the underside of the rim. Here comes Mitchell. Under 30 seconds to go in the game. Deep three and knocking it in is Easton Anderson. He's got 15. Full timeout. We'll break with him. 22.9 to go in the game. Scottsbluff leads by 12 on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by B&C Steel, Buyers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dense, and by Platte Valley Companies.
Just a few more ticks left on the clock here tonight. 22.9. Scottsbluff going to improve to 2-0. Win over Shadron last night. They're going to beat Mitchell here tonight. It's 55-43. with 22.9 left in the game. Full court pressure from the Tigers. Kellen Harris has it in the backcourt. He'll work against a couple of defenders and whips a pass. That's not what Scott Golian wanted really, but we get a reach-in foul called against Mitchell. And those are those little conversations I mentioned earlier. You're going to see them all season with Coach Golian and Kellen. Winding down time. No need for the one-handed pass into the paint. He got fouled and he hits the first free throw. Kellen just naturally passes the ball with one hand off the bounce a lot. It's just kind of the way he plays. Barrios fires from deep. Francisco Barrios has 9 points here in the final stanza. Kellen Harris to Hari. Bruner underneath. Talkington will lay it in at the buzzer. That'll count. As we get our final of 59-46. Scottsbluff now 2-0. Mitchell falls to 1-1. We'll get you our Runs of Post-Game show when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Two of three complete so far tonight here at Gering High School. We got one more in the hopper to go with Alliance and Gering here with the Boys Western Conference Tournament. Moments ago, one just went final as Scottsbluff knocks off Mitchell by the final of 59-46. Mitchell playing without Austin Tyne, Scottsbluff playing without Trace Travnicek, who's no longer on the team. So both teams a little shorthanded compared to what they rolled into the season with last night. 59-46 our final score. We'll visit with head coach Scott Golian coming up here in a few minutes. Let's run down the scoring numbers. Check on stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction. Also the Rock Pile Division and Service. Paul Reed Construction, where those guys have been getting after it for quite a while now. Been in business for over 35 years. Find Paul Reed Construction on 10th Street in Gering. 59-46. Mitchell had just 4 players scored tonight. Francisco Barrios led the way with 16. Easton Anderson had 15. He started in place of Austin Tyne. 8 points for Carter Reisig, and Rylan Awayo finished with 7. Scottsbluff had 6 in the scorebook tonight, balanced at the top. Isaiah Mendoza had 16, 15 apiece for Kellen Harris and Tyler Hari. 6 points each for James Bruner and Tate Talkington, and Jackson Ostick chipped in with 1 and 2 at the free throw line. Final score again, 59-46. Scottsbluff a winner by 13 over Mitchell. They improved to 2, and they'll play either Gering or Alliance tomorrow in the championship game. We'll step away, come back with more right after this on our Runs a Postgame show on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group, Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and by Chimney Rock Chiropractic.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Wait on Coach Golian to arrive for a post-game conversation with the head coach. Let's get to our Taco John's player of the game tonight for the Scottsbluff Bearcats. And we're going to go with senior wing Isaiah Mendoza. Led the way tonight in the score column with 16. Isaiah was pretty steady all night. Scored 1 point in the first quarter, had 5 in the second, 4 more in the third, and 6 points in the fourth. And with Kellen Harris and Tyler Hari, they're going to need that third score. And tonight, it was Isaiah Mendoza, your Taco John's player of the game. Make Taco John's a game day tradition. Unwrap the original before or after every game. Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. We'll step away and come back, and we'll catch up with Scott Golian right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Chris Cottrell back with you tonight on the Runs a Post-Game show. Time to catch up with a victorious Scottsbluff head coach, Scott Golian. Coach, you guys down to man. Mitchell was down Austin Tyne. They did a pretty nice job to hang in there after you got out to that 17-0 lead right out of the gate, but that's kind of where this game started. Right from the jump, Kellen and Tyler got going right out of the chute, and that kind of got you off to a great start.
Yeah, we were able to, find them, get them some open shots early. Maybe some offensive rebounds helped us there to get another extra shot, some defensive pressure. I thought we did a pretty nice job at the start. I thought our guys came out with a lot of energy, ready to play. But yeah, then after that we kind of went a little stagnant. I mean, wasn't terrible, but definitely we have our ups and downs. Scoring wise, there's nice stretches where we go on nice little runs, and then we go on runs where we don't score. And that's one thing we got to make sure we figure out.
One reason you go on those runs where you don't score, you're turning the ball over. You had a stretch there coming out of the locker room at halftime. Really, the entire third quarter and early in the fourth, it just seemed like some sloppy play and some turnovers.
Yeah, I think we came out and got a basket early, and then after that it was like turnover, or we were just getting ourselves into some bad spots, either overdriving or dribbling into some traffic, not handling pressure the right way, throwing the ball away just because we felt like we were pressured when I don't think we really were. I think it's just inexperience showing its face. I think you can see there's talent and potential, but also you can see the inexperience in a lot of situations.
I'm trying to paint the picture since we don't have many folks in the gym here, and I'm guessing it's going to be this way for quite a while, but what folks would get a kick out of watching is just your one-on-one coaching conversations you have with Kellen Harris throughout the night. Such a talented kid, but there's going to be those sophomore mistakes, and I look down and you're just talking to him different spots throughout the game about what you should be doing in this spot, what you shouldn't be doing, or maybe what you expect. And boy, he's going to be a special kid, but you're going to have those coaching moments with him all year long.
Yeah, and not only Kellen, but pretty much the rest of our team. I mean, we're learning, and that's what I have to remind myself a lot of, is that these guys are seeing their first varsity minutes.
Yeah,
and there's going to be situations they've never been in before, and just learning how to play at this level can be, jumping from JV to varsity is a total big jump, and they're gonna get there. I believe in it. I think if we got better today compared to yesterday, and if these guys are coming every day to get better, then we got a chance to be pretty good at the end of the year. But we just got to keep coming, and I think they will. They're coachable, they have fun, they love each other, and it's really a fun group to coach.
Isaiah Mendoza led the way tonight with 16 points, and he does a great job when he catches on a feed, just that little head fake, sort of shot fake, and he just blows right by a defender, and he's got the outside shot that people have to respect, and that gets him loose driving to the bucket a lot. He looked good tonight.
Yeah, we had to have a little chat at one point in the game, and about the third quarter or whatever, and after that I thought he responded in the correct way, came in, was aggressive, driving the lane. He made a lot of big plays for us in the second half to help us maintain the lead.
So we'll see what happens here in this nightcap here with Alliance and Gering, but a chance to start the year tomorrow 3-0 with a Western Conference Tournament Championship, and with everything going on, and a brand new roster, and like you said, a bunch of new kids at the varsity level. 2-0 to start the year after the first 2 days. You can't argue that, and a chance to make it 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 wins, 2 games. Our kids are going to get to be in a new situation tomorrow. You're playing for a championship, and that's what we want to be playing for, and you got to be in those games to learn from them, and that's the beauty of it. And these guys they're ready for it. I think they got a little chip on their shoulder. I think they know that we lost a bunch, and maybe expectations weren't as high, maybe outside of our locker room, but they want to prove themselves, and they're liking the opportunity to do that.
And you get a chance to do it on your home floor tomorrow, so I'm sure everybody looking forward to shooting on the home rims and being on your own home floor. So that should be fun.
Sure.
Appreciate you stopping up. Scott Golian, the head coach for Scottsbluff. Cats a winner tonight, 59-46. They start the year at 2-0. Coach, appreciate the time as always, man.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll come back with more, wrap things up right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by B&C Steel, Buyers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dense, and by Platte Valley Companies.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Back to wrap things up here on the Runs of Post-Game Show. We'll sign off for just a few minutes, come back here at about 7:45, get pregame underway for Gering and Alliance. That'll be the nightcap here tonight at Gering High School. Scottsbluff a winner, 59-46. That's the final on the Rural Radio Network.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our professional